Hello everyone, welcome to Virtual Concert Hall's live programs. I'm Anya Alexeyev, I'm a pianist and I will be your host today. Our channel is dedicated to bringing live performances and events from international artists directly to audiences around the globe. Today, we're presenting the first concert from the series of live performances by Sound Espressivo. Sound Espressivo is a global music competition which brings musicians and audiences together and beyond any physical distances, borders, and other barriers. The Sound Espressivo Global Competition is an online, live-streamed competition. It combines competing and live performances experiences. The goal at Sound Espressivo Competition is to encourage, to nurture, and reward musicians who are proactive about sharing their art and developing their careers. Sound Espressivo provides opportunities for musicians to discover their unique artistic voice, to take initiative, to present themselves on their own terms, and cover their own career paths.
No matter where you are or who you are, music connects us all. We started with a dream, but now we are paving the future. Welcome to the Sound Espressivo Global Competition. Fully virtual, yet bringing musicians closer together than ever before, now on a global scale. True live, inclusivity, diversity, connection, community, an extraordinary array of judges. Get noticed by companies all over the world. Prizes, scholarships, performance opportunities. Apply to be a part of the most exciting congregation of artists like nothing you've ever seen before. We guarantee quality and leave no musician behind. We can't wait to hear you on the virtual stage.
Today, we're very happy to present a solo recital by Colin Chang. He's a pianist from Toronto, Canada. During the 2021-22 edition of the Sound Espressivo competition, Colin wooed the audiences and judges alike. He received several awards, including a Laureate Award, which is the highest title of the competition. He also received first place in his age category and Excellence in Piano Performance, an award presented by Brilliant Talent Discovery Awards. And now I would like to welcome Colin Chang on stage.
Hello everyone, my name is Colin Chang. I'm currently a student at the Glenn Gould School under the professors David Louis and John Perry, and I'm so excited to present to you this solo recital where I will be playing various composers and their pieces. The first piece that I will be playing is the Toccata in G major by Bach. This toccata, it's so fun to play, and especially in the first movement, you'll see that it's actually very orchestral, and such as the descending chords that go down in scales. The second piece that I will be playing is the Chopin Étude Opus 10 number 10. Again, I love this one. This is such a dreamy and fantastical piece, and my favorite part of it is near the end, where I like to bring out all of the different voices to bring the piece to a very wistful conclusion. And I have two Scarlatti sonatas, K175 and 135. These pieces sort of foreshadow the final piece that I will be playing. And because Scarlatti's style is often, there's many Spanish elements in it, such as K175. It's a really exciting piece that gets your heart beating. And 135, of course, very beautiful and gentle and just very bouncy and light. The final piece that I mentioned is actually a Spanish piece. It's by Manuel de Falla. It is called Fantasía Bética. And Bética is a Roman province that corresponds to modern-day Andalusia, which is southern Spain. This piece is really monumental. It showcases and depicts perfectly all of the beautiful landscapes, the nature, the hills, and the people and the culture of Spain. It's a very lively work, very touching moments in the middle, and I'm so excited to be playing all of these pieces for you, and I hope you enjoy.
Bravo, bravo, Colin. This is fantastic. What a phenomenal program. What a exhilarating playing. We're going to give you a couple of minutes to catch your breath and get your speaking microphone ready. Meanwhile, I would like to tell our audience about the upcoming events. We have several auditions scheduled for Sound Espressivo, and the very first one coming up, the deadline is coming up really soon, is the auditions for musicians to perform at the Carnegie Hall Whale Recital Hall. These performances are scheduled at the Carnegie Hall on November 21st, and the deadline to apply is September 25th. There are a few very special things about these auditions. First of all, musicians are able to apply as soloists, but also as a soloist with orchestras. So if you have concertos ready to perform with chamber orchestra, the orchestra is at your disposal. Please apply, send your videos to us, and see if you will be a chosen soloist for that. Also, during the concert on November 21st, the Carnegie Hall will be recording your performances, and all musicians who make it to the big stage will be able to receive a copy of their live performance at the Carnegie Hall. And so now it looks like Colin is ready for his interview. Welcome, Colin, back on stage. How are you feeling after this phenomenal program?
I'm just really elated, almost euphoric. These are really exciting pieces, especially the Falla.
Exactly.
Yeah, very energetic.
Yeah, you definitely energized me. You sent shivers down my spine. And that fire wanted me to feel all that fire. This was excellent. Very exhilarating performance. Please share some updates about what's going on in your life since the competition. We've seen you about 10 months ago. I'm sure a lot happened in your life. What's happening with your study, with your performances, other events?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so just like I mentioned before in the introduction, I'm now studying at the GDS with Professors David Louis and John Perry. It's really been an exciting time as the first few weeks of being in a music conservatory. The people are really great, and there's just a lot of performance opportunities. And what I'm doing in school, there are piano duos. I have a duo with a violist, and that's going to bring up many. Hopefully, we'll get to play around at different events with each other. So chamber music is one that I'm really excited about and looking forward to. So I also might be going to either either Sweden, Germany, or Finland a a winter music camp. So
Ooh, this is
that would
exciting.
be exciting. Yes.
Yeah, so you just started school. So
Yep.
congratulations to you and your teachers to have this big program polished and prepared right at the beginning of the school year. It's customary for high school people who just graduate from high school to just take the whole summer off and do nothing. And you practiced, you prepared this polished this huge program. Congratulations, and to you and your teachers and your new teachers at the conservatory. This is wonderful. So, what are your inspirations? What are you really striving for in your nearest future?
For my future, there's so many things that I want to do. Music is it's so broad. There's there's so much variety, and really many things interest me. So of course I hope to do more performing, so sharing wonderful music with you, the viewer. I would also I'm also considering about composing. I actually really do like composing, and I probably should compose more going
Wow,
in the
being at the
future.
conservatory, are you looking for maybe taking some composition courses or something else related to
Yes,
that?
definitely. I'll seek them out if they're there, because it's yeah, just creating art is something that I'm really passionate about. And also, as actually right now I have been tutoring some piano students the past year, and so that would also be an interesting thing to do going forward in the near future. Probably take on more students as a piano teacher. Also, um, sharing is wonderful, and teaching is also the best way for me to learn. So I feel that it's a really powerful way to connect and also to learn just for life. Yeah.
That's wonderful to hear. You're diversifying your fields, so you're going to be composing and performing and doing chamber music and teaching, and these are all, field parts of being a musician, and it's wonderful to see that you're exploring them so early in your career. Because I'm wishing you all the best in continuing with all of them. There's even more, and you'll discover even more ways you can share and bring your talent to other people. So, but I would like to hear from a young musician, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
From 5 years, 5 years from now,
Okay, you can go
I'll
10
be
years if you want. A distant future.
just somewhere in the distant future. If it's 5 years, then I'll be contemplating my master's. I'll think about it, but definitely that's very highly likely. I will continue studying. Let's see.
Do you see
Maybe
yourself
in
more as a performer, as a teacher, as a composer, as a chamber musician, or a combination of all of those?
hmm,
You're not making a commitment,
I-
don't worry. It's just exploration.
yes. Maybe definitely see. I have to explore more of the um, composing side and also chamber music because um, I have before before the Glen Gould School, before the Taylor Academy, I haven't done too much chamber music, but chamber music is actually really fun when you get to play with like-minded musicians. It's it's just really amazing, and I hope to be more develop my chamber music skills more in the near future.
Great, wonderful. Now let's talk about challenges. Not everything in life is rosy, right? So I'm sure there are some challenges. If you don't mind sharing, what are you struggling with and looking for solutions?
For for example, one challenge that I have in terms of artistic, like in terms of piano playing, is that I tend to overcomplicate things, um, overthink sometimes. But the problem with overthinking is that you'll end up self-sabotaging yourself. For example, during a performance, if I overthink if sometimes what's the next note, but also just thinking about random random details too much, so much so that it becomes unnecessary. So what I'm trying to do is more so in the practice room, just very focused, of course, all of the details and work them out through and through. And then in the performance or a concert lesson, I just what I should do is to release, let go, and carry forward. Just let the music flow through without having to worry about too much about the little things, without overthinking. That would be one such problem that I'm dealing with in terms of playing.
That's a very good advice, actually. And this challenge is very common for all musicians who are performing, to keep the balance between being focused and at the same time not lose the sense of the larger picture and the flow. And it is very challenging, and it takes a lot of practicing. You need a lot of performances. So you're looking for more performance opportunities, and the Glen Gould School is perfect for that. It has a huge variety and many stages, and wonderful community of supporters. So you're with great teachers in a great place with the wonderful aspirations. Another question, and I promise that's the last one. Why does music continue to attract you? There's so many other interesting things in life and creative things too.
Yes, for me, music is really close to a universal language, very, very close. And you'll find that in all of the cultures around the world, there's music making, there's art, and for playing music and creating music, it's one way for us to connect with each other. It's a great emotional outlet. And about the topic of connection, music bringing us together, it can help us be more empathetic, more closer knit. And this is really, really important, especially in these times. Music is, it's just really, really fun, really, really fun to play, to listen to. It enriches all aspects of life. And I'm so privileged to have this opportunity to play for you today. And hopefully, I will continue to make music as long as I live.
It sounds like you will. You have your will, you have your desire, you have your goals and outlook, and that's what it takes an artist to continue being creative. So you're just the right person. So wonderful to see the Sound Espressivo laureate carrying the torch and the flame of the love for music and people and society forward. We have some comments from the audience, but before we switch to that, I want to educate our viewers and audience a little bit more about another upcoming audition. And you, hopefully, Colin, you might get interested in that one as well. So we have an audition called Call Orchestra. It's a collaborative production of several companies come together. The open audition for soloists with the orchestras, and it's for this upcoming season. I mean, this going season and for the next upcoming seasons. There's no age restriction, and it's open to all instrumental and vocal soloists who want to perform concertos and arias and other larger compositions for solo instrument or voice with orchestra. Of course, pianists are very welcome, and we have violinists and other bowed instrument soloists, including guitarists. So the orchestras which are on board with this program, they're welcoming musicians of all instruments and all voice ranges. So please consider applying for those auditions and become featured soloist. Wind instruments players also very welcome to apply and perform your concertos. There's a lot of concertos for wind instruments, which audience will be delighted to hear too. The application deadline for those auditions is October 1. And the concerts are in this upcoming season, and more dates are coming up and will be posted on the website. So now I want to show the comments and give Colin a chance to connect with your audience live. And here you can read them out, or I can read them for you. Which one you prefer?
I think
it's hard for you to see, right?
Anything is fine.
Okay, if it's a little bit hard for you to see from the distance. So this is from Haptamudigan. Yeah, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. If not, please forgive me. Very lovely playing. What do you enjoy most about learning a new piece of composition? That's a question to you, Colin, please.
Hi, Haptamu. Nice to see you. Hello. So, learning a new piece of composition. Every time it's like cracking it open, and then just the element of exploration, exploring, going through the different all of the different melodies, the harmonies is really exhilarating, and also about learning something new. It's just very fresh. I like to listen to different recordings. What information or facts can I find about the new piece that I'm working on? All of these are really just great to explore and discover. So
you dig deep. You learn about what the composer, what the circumstances of the piece and harmony. So you like to really unravel it all, right?
yeah, it's like a journey in a really. Mhm.
That's very
Really
well put.
fun.
It's like a journey, exactly. Another comment from Haptamu. Thank you for the wonderful playing.
Thank you.
And what motivates you to keep on playing and practicing every day, even when you're stuck on a piece? It's a wonderful question. Thank you for asking this.
That's a very good question. Um, I've been stuck in pieces, of course, several times, and it will happen many, many times more in the future. So I will foresee that. But each time, each time you fall into a rut, each time um, you fall into sort of writer's block, maybe I should say musician's block now, you learn something out of it. So of course, of course, there is the daily discipline that we must constantly keep for. So always, it's just like a part of life. It's just something that you simply do and work towards every single day, bit by bit, working at it slowly. If there's a rut in a piece, and maybe it's something related to do with interpretation or interpretive aspects, then you'll have to maybe find some extra musical sources. Maybe you could look around at poetry, literature, maybe watch a movie, something that gives a different perspective on the piece that you're having problems with. And with this new perspective, you'll see things in different lights. Maybe you'll come to reach to some interesting conclusions. And that part definitely helps. But also, just in general, with general um, musician's block, what I would say is maybe looking at the big picture with how music has been with us for so long, since ancient times. Maybe um, maybe it's about drawing or looking back and looking at the big picture, looking at um, how beautiful it is. Maybe get to the fundamentals, of the core of music and your passion. Carrying music forward, carrying this art forward is so incredibly. It's really moving, and as long as the music is there, it's fine. Just keep keep on. It's very hard to explain because I'm also still figuring this out for myself, and
But you did a great job.
I'm
So,
only a student. But
but
that
you're
must be
already
some
a very deep thinker. So that's a great advice. Just humble yourself and let the history of the music just carry you through the stumble. You're right. In the larger picture, our writers, musicians' blocks are very small bumps. Yeah, and we can get over them. Wonderful. Listen, Colin, our time is about to come to the end of the program, and it was a great pleasure and a wonderful privilege to hear you play today and to hear you speak. You enriched my day. This was wonderful to hear your answers to the questions and your comments about your pieces and your life. And we hope very much that you will be with us again and again and again. And we will watch you, we will be following you and cheering your progress as an artist and your career too.
Thank you very much. I had so much fun. I had so much fun playing. Thank you.
Yes, your feel for fun was really contagious. I had so much fun listening. This was great. Thank you very much. And I want to thank the organizers and supporters of the Sound Espressivo Competition and Virtual Concert Halls on our channel. Thank you very much, judges, And our audience, thank you for joining us today. And in the future, we hope that you will keep joining us and keep supporting our programming. And thank you very much to our wonderful team of producers and directors of these programs. By their magic hands, the sound and the visuals and everything is brought together. Thank you, Fran Erisinovich and Fyodor Uspensky, who are the producers of today's program, and the entire team in the back end. And with that, I would like to thank everyone for joining us today. And again, come again and watch us in the nearest future. Have a great day. Bye.